Welcome to Selling Ocala. I'm Deborah Sumey with Next Generation Realty of Marion County, and our guest today is Delaney Mellucci. She is one of the managers at Next Generation Realty. Welcome, Delaney.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we're excited to have you here today. One of the topic we're going to talk about today is probably, as you know, the most asked question by sellers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they want to know, why are some homes selling faster than others? Why did my neighbor down the street sell their house in 3 days and mine's been on the market with someone for 90 days and I haven't had an offer? Do you run across that?
All the time.
All the time, yeah. And they don't know because, we're supposed to be the experts. They're not the experts. They
Absolutely.
come to us for that, our expertise and for our guidance. And I have to say that it's not lucky. Those homes are not lucky. They have positioned themselves with their realtor team, and I say team, and we'll discuss that, but with their realtor team to enter the market successfully.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yes, and some of the things that we do, right? Some of the things that we talk about, and I think we're doing it on the Wautulla property downtown. It was on the market for those properties. We have, I think, 5 townhomes downtown in Wautulla that were on the market for how long?
Over 200 days, I would say.
Over 200 days. And what was the reason that you feel that those homes didn't sell?
I think it's because, like most new builds, if you are walking into a new construction or any home with no furniture, no character, or anything like that, you can't picture your life there. You can't picture you there, your husband, your family, your future family. You can't picture yourself actually living there day to day. So we had to stage it and make it look comfortable. You have to bring the warmth in there and make people believe that, oh my gosh, with this, this could be my home, not my house.
Right. You have to present to them a lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So what we did is we staged one. We created a model.
Absolutely.
It's about to launch. I believe we putting an elevator in.
Yes.
It's a 3-floor townhome, so it definitely needed that lift.
Yes.
It definitely did. I was going up and down those stairs while we were staging, and I thought, oh my Lord, I'm older than I think.
Mm-hmm. You don't need to work out today once you go up and down those stairs a few times.
Gosh, no. Although I did appreciate that the home office, was on the first floor.
Yeah.
So for those people that work and they have people coming and going and things like that, it was a great location for that home
Absolutely.
office. But again, and every single week I go into homes and I meet with people and I say they want to talk about listing their home. We tell them what their home is worth, blah, blah, blah. But the biggest thing is we talk about, how do we get your home ready to sell?
Yeah.
The first thing that I tell everyone is we need to make sure that the buyers coming in, as you said, need to be able to see themselves living there.
Absolutely.
So we, as a licensed stager that I am, we have me pretty much always going in and staging every single home. We, of course, use the things they have. We bring a few if we need them, but we make that home look as much like a model home as possible.
Yeah.
No distractions. Less is always more.
Absolutely.
And it's always about positioning everything. I'll get asked all the time, so do I have to live like this? And what's the answer?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Just for a little bit, because your home will sell fast that way.
That's right.
If you stage it correctly and people can see yourself and your home, it's your home for a reason. You kept it the way you wanted it for so long, but now it's going to be somebody else's home. You have to make it feel like somebody else's home if you want it to sell fast.
Exactly. When I tell people you've detached now it's time to do that. Move on to your next chapter. So emotionally and mentally, you need to prepare yourself for where you're going to go. So now it's all about the buyer.
Mm-hmm.
When we prepare that home to sell, it's about presenting what it is that the buyer wants to see. So it's important that we do that in every single home. And people will say to me, I always know if you've listed a home, Deborah, from the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
But it's clean, crisp, no distractions whatsoever. The second thing that we do is we usually encourage the seller to get an inspection on their home. And you know yourself that the value of that.
Absolutely. I mean, if you as a seller are prepared with an inspection and you know the little small nicks and cracks that are in the house, having those fixed before you go on the market, and when a buyer does an inspection, once you're under contract and it comes up with nothing, your buyer's way more ecstatic about buying your house. If it comes up with 20 things that you already kind of knew about, and now they're having to negotiate again rather than just doing it before you hit the market, your transaction goes so much more smoothly. The percentage of closing after under contract is so much higher.
Right.
So many deals fall through after the inspection just because the sellers don't want to do anything. And half the time it's what, $500 at most?
If
Small
that.
repairs.
If that.
Leaky faucets. Like, you would just have our handyman come out and just do them before you even hit the market, and it makes your life so much less stressful as a seller because you're selling your home, you're packing up, you're moving, and now you have to do repairs while you're trying to pack up your items.
Absolutely.
It's so much better to get it done before, have the pictures look beautiful with paint touched up and no nicks in the walls and no leaky faucets, and it also makes your house show better.
It's about buyer confidence. And when a buyer comes in, when we do inspections, which I encourage everyone to do, not everyone is really ready to make that turn in the industry of doing this, but it's becoming very common.
Absolutely.
When we do that, we actually put a copy of the inspection attached to the listing on the MLS, the multiple listing services. So the agent for the buyer can actually print that out and go review that with the buyer. We leave a copy in the home to review if they're serious about purchasing that home. And actually in the package that we leave there, we put a copy of the receipt from the repairs. So that buyer can, with confidence, take a look at that home and say, oh, these are all repaired. There's nothing here for me to do. I would say that 95 to 98% of the time, there's no inspection.
No.
They don't even need to spend that $500, $600, $700 to inspect a home. Someone else has already done that. Repairs are already completed and you have receipts that transfer over to the new buyer. So super, super important to do.
Absolutely.
Right?
And when buyers, especially our younger first-time home buyers, who with interest rates currently, sometimes it's easier for somebody to get an FHA loan. For a younger couple, less money down for them. They haven't had much time to save cash. And FHA has small requirements. And sometimes it's not that big of a deal to us because we're experienced agents and we see small things all the time. But there are certain things that FHA will flag. Like if there's one small piece of rotten wood on the side of the house, they'll flag that. But if you're a seller and you want to make your home more open to every single type of buyer and just getting that done, that person with an FHA loan who already lost out on a previous house because their FHA loan wouldn't cover a very small specific thing is now super confident in making this offer, and you're able to accept more, and they might give you a higher asking price because of it.
And what we see also with those type of loans is this. The process for being approved on that loan is much faster because they can present that inspection and repairs complete in their application for that loan.
Absolutely.
So it's not that you have to now go get an inspection, now you have to get an appraisal, now it has to be go through this process. The process is complete. So that is another super important item. The third item that I have found, and I use the words put a sparkle on it. Everyone is competing against new builds. There's so much new construction in Ocala that they have so many options. I often use the term that your home is in a beauty pageant, and people laugh at that.
It is.
But it is, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. What it is that because there's so much competition, your house needs to look its very best at all times. And by putting that sparkle on it, we have a company that we use, a lady that actually cleans my house, but she's been doing this for us for several years now. She goes in and she puts that sparkle back on that home. I encourage people to have your windows cleaned. Nothing looks nicer than fresh, clean windows when you're taking a look at a home. And then the kitchen is sparkly clean. The floors look great. The baseboards are wiped off. There's not a half an inch of dust on them, which sometimes you could find at my own home if I haven't had spring cleaning done, right? Which, by the way, doesn't have to be done during the spring.
Absolutely not.
No, they call it that, but I tend to do it at other times of the year. But if you have that sparkle on your home, it really is appealing to that buyer.
Absolutely. And you can be the cleanest person and you can clean 3 times a week and vacuum and mop. But when was the last time you pulled out your fridge? When was the last time you pulled out your oven? Or climbed on top with a ladder and cleaned the top of your cabinets if your cabinets don't go all the way to the ceiling? You know, take everything out and wipe every single shelf. You know what I mean? Pick up your couch. You pick up your couch and move under it. You think you clean, but there's a difference between cleaning, and your house will be clean, but there's a difference in a deep professional clean.
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of sellers don't understand that because they think their house is clean, which it is. It smells amazing. You know, the floor has not a speck of dirt on it.
Yes.
But what else did you miss? Did you pull out all of those things that a deep cleaner would do?
Absolutely.
Did you scrub the grout? Like, when was the last time you had your grout cleaned? Because it's probably not that color.
The biggest item, though, that we haven't talked about yet is how you position your home with your price point.
Absolutely.
I hear, as soon as I go into someone's home, they're going to give me a long list of everything they've done to that home since the day they've owned it. And people think that if I bought my home for $300,000 and I put over the last 8 to 10 years, I put in $120,000, then my home must be worth over $420,000. Really, the pricing of your home has absolutely little to do with everything that you've put in it, although that does affect the price.
Yeah.
But the market is going to tell you what your home is worth. The market sets that price. It's what a buyer is willing to pay.
Your home is only worth what a buyer is willing to pay for it.
Correct. So when they say I did, I often hear I have upgrades. Everyone tells me they're upgrades. So I've had my house for 15 years and I put in a new HVAC system. That's not an upgrade, that's maintenance. There's a very big difference to that. Someone will tell me that I painted the exterior, I freshly painted the exterior of my home. People, it's 15 years old. It is not an upgrade. It is a maintenance item, completely different. So the buyer looks at that maintenance item as, oh, they've maintained their home, they've done a great job of maintaining their home, but they don't look at that as an upgrade. That's not what they consider an upgrade. They consider that I don't have to put this into maintenance as soon as I close on the home. So the other thing is people think they get dollar for dollar. If I put in, shutters in the inside of my home, plantation shutters, which are expensive to put in. I've enjoyed them for 12 years as I've had my home, but they don't want to have a cost of living in their home. They want dollar for dollar for what they've put in.
And that's not true. You paid whatever you paid 12 years ago for it, and you enjoyed it all those 12 years. But also, they're not worth the same today. And also, they're already installed. So it's not what it cost you. It's how much a buyer's willing to pay. How much do they think it has added value in your house?
The added value. So what it is I often tell people what you did to your home is going to make your home compete better in the market, probably sell faster, sell for more money, but not dollars to what you put in that home. That's probably one of the biggest things. There's strategies for pricing a home that we often talk about, the 3 strategies. The first one, the celebrity status that we don't have here, unless you're, of course, buying the Travolta property
Mansion.
in the Fly community. So the second strategy is market value, which we here at Next Generation Realty, we refer to as a fair market value, which you really don't know until you've actually sold your home.
Yeah.
So, of course, getting the right real estate agent that understands the market in your area and getting you the details so that you can make that right decision on what the price is of your home, taking into account for what has sold and what is actually offered on your particular home. Because when an appraiser does an appraisal on a home, it's always a plus and minus to the subject property. Yeah. So it's important for us to be able to know that and be the experts in that field. If
your realtor is sending you a CMA, and all of our CMA programs, we have the ability to actually adjust the comps. We're not just picking 5 houses and just sticking them on there and not adjusting. We're actually, at least at Next Generation, we actually go in, we look at all the property, we read all of the acreage, the square footage, the upgrades, all those things, and I slide the adjustment value. So you get a more accurate CMA. And if your agent is just popping some 5 houses in there that have sold in the past 6 months, they're not giving you a true CMA.
No, they haven't done their homework.
No.
And here at Next Generation Realty, of course, that's how we train our agents that, if you really want to be the experts in your area, this is how you function. Because that's exactly what an appraisal will be. And we do that for every single home that we list here at Next Generation Realty. The third, which is my favorite strategy, by the way, is coming in just below market value. It causes so much energy about your home. So many people, oh my gosh, look at this one. It's priced right. It's got everything I want in it. It looks fantastic. Look at the pictures. Look at the videos. Of course, if you have a really good agent, they've done the inside, outside, drone, and probably 4 or 5 different types of videos, which we do here at Next Generation Realty, because your buyers are not, this is where they're looking. They're looking online. This is what they're looking at.
They're staying up late at night in bed after they put their kids to sleep, when they're not contacting their realtor, and they're scrolling and scrolling because this is what they want. This is their next life journey. Aside from work, I mean, they're buying a house. They're looking.
Even the active adults, right now in the northern half of the country that has frozen for the entire winter here, they have done nothing every evening but scroll at homes down in good weathered areas. And we happen to be one of the most popular ones because of our cost of living here in Ocala, which is super, super popular. So when you position your home with the right price, I hear people, let's test the market. Oh my gosh, please don't test the market. The market doesn't need a test. The market has told you what it's willing to bear. When you do the strongest listings, will build energy from the first few days. When they are actually, the presentation is correct, the pricing is correct, you've positioned it, and it's ready for that introduction. You have one opportunity to introduce your home to the market. One. If you do that right, the splash is incredible.
I had this exact conversation with a seller yesterday, and I gave her a CMA on the home. She has never lived in this home.
Oh, where's she from?
Michigan.
Oh, great. I'm from Michigan. Yeah.
She had a family member pass away. She is in charge of selling this home.
Okay.
So being lived in the area my whole life, and it's actually in my parents' neighborhood. I know the neighborhood amazingly.
Absolutely.
I told her the price point we need to be, that there's a few different strategies we can use. This one is the best strategy for this home. It's an older home.
Why?
It's an older home. It's built super well, brick on a half an acre, I would say. It's great bones. Needs a little cosmetic facelift. Okay. It just needs some cosmetic work. The yard needs some love. No one's lived there for over a year.
Oh, yeah.
So it just needs some love. It needs someone to go in there and love it. But so many people want the older great bones houses.
Yes, they do.
That's what they're looking for. But they have to leave room in the budget to give it that cosmetic facelift.
They want to make it their own.
They want to make it their own, which a lot of people want to do in this day and age.
They go in, they look at the layout, they know that the structure is good, they know they have the yard, the larger yard. Probably, does it have a swimming pool?
It does have a swimming pool.
It's in a great school area. It's in a well-established community. And this is what they're looking for. But they want to have that money in the budget to go in and do the cosmetic changes, do some maintenance items to make it their home.
Absolutely. So if the home was already had all of these upgrades, true brand new cabinets, all the new flooring, all the true cosmetic upgrades, it would be worth a lot more. Absolutely. It doesn't have that. So when a buyer's looking at it, they say, oh, well, if I do these 5 things to this house, upgrade it a little bit, give it a modern facelift, my home will be worth this. So absolutely, I'll pay that number that you're listed on the market for.
Right, because once I put that number, my dollars into it, we come to the market value of a home that is comparable to that.
Yep.
So finally, I think the biggest thing that we've talked about, how we price it, how we present it, all the right things that you have to do to get that home ready, maintenance-wise. But the biggest thing I think people need to do is find a realtor that does all this. So many realtors take a listing, put it on the MLS, and hope it sells. We absolutely don't do that.
No.
But if you find someone that does all this, pick that realtor. I was with people yesterday, and I said, selling a home is not easy in today's market. Find someone that you can have the difficult conversations with, and it's not the end of the world, that you can actually work with them. That's your realtor.
Yeah.
So once you've talked to people and you've found the realtor that's going to do all of this and you're comfortable working with them, voila. We have your realtor.
Yeah, and the great realtor is going to give you those staging tips. They're going to say, hey, can we switch this piece of furniture? Let's take down these. Here's my cleaning lady. I'll book the appointment for you. Don't worry about it.
Right.
My yard guy's going to come out on Thursday. I got it.
Right. And those are the things that they're looking for. They're looking for someone to come that has that list of resources to help them get that home ready so that when they do introduce it, it's going to sell. It's going to sell for the money that they're expecting it to sell for. And it's going to be a process that realtor is going to take care of for them. The easy button.
Absolutely.
Everyone's looking for that. Well, Delaney, you have been an absolute pleasure today.
Thank
I want to
you.
thank you for coming and joining us on Selling Ocala.
I'm happy to be here.
And we look forward to having you as a guest in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please join us on our next episode of Selling Ocala. We will have a new topic to discuss, and we are looking forward to seeing you there. Thanks, and have a great week.